ordinance actually brought forward by Las Cruces Police Chief Jeremy Story. We've told you about them. We've told our viewers about these ordinances before, as they have been talked about in numerous city council meetings prior. In a one-on-one interview with him this week, I spoke with the chief about how he's making one final push to get the word out, as he really is pleading for these ordinances to get passed. Go ahead and take a listen.
It is a lot of pressure. The police fundamentally exist to prevent crime first and foremost. And in many ways, I feel like I'm failing at that. But there's certain things that are in our control and certain things that aren't.
Crime continues to rise in the city of Las Cruces.
We're not going to give up on making our city safer. I think it's still manageable. You know, Albuquerque's much farther along. We're on the trail right behind them with crime, homelessness, and all the bad things. And we need to stop following them. We need to do something different.
That's something different, Las Cruces Police Chief Jeremy Story says, starts with a vote on Monday that is unfortunately out of his hands. The panhandling, the no soliciting, and the shopping cart ordinance.
On the solicitation ordinance, we're really focusing on the behavior that is criminal, should be criminal, like aggressive solicitation, where people are coming up, threatening people, not allowing them to get out of their car or get in their car or get into a store, and then the private property that people have the right to not allow solicitation at all on their property.
And as far as the shopping cart ordinance goes, Chief Story says the main priority is to address the theft of these carts. He says is primarily being done by the homeless.
We're not criminalizing homelessness. I recognize that there's challenges associated with trying to enforce this, and we're going to be thoughtful in how we enforce it and how we construct operations to deal with it. But at the core of it, we're talking about stealing. So what crimes are excused because of your housing status? The reality is theft, and theft is a crime, always has been under common law, and it should be addressed. It's a safety concern, a public health concern. Shopping carts are often in the roadways where people almost strike them. There's trash and debris and things all around them oftentimes. So by addressing it, you're addressing many different things in one ordinance.
Chief Story saying these ordinances allows them to not only enforce stricter penalties, but also allows them to connect people committing these crimes to services like counseling, treatment for substance use, and mental health disorders as part of their sentencing or plea agreement.
We get called and deal with the same people day in and day out. Thousands, tens of thousands of interactions with people who are homeless every year. We're going to reduce them by getting them plugged into services. And if this is a mechanism to do that by enforcing crimes, then so be it.
I spoke with Las Cruces Mayor Eric Enriquez about these solutions the chief is looking to implement.
Me personally, I'm hoping that they all pass, because it is something that is needed for public safety in our community. And that's what we're looking for is again, a safe, thriving community, and it starts with having some policies, some ordinance, which I call some limits and boundaries that will help us get there.
How confident are you that these are going to get passed?
I'm optimistic. I'm not sure if I'm very confident, but very optimistic that we all want the same thing for our community as mayor and council, that we do want a safer city, safer community, allowing our law enforcement to be able to handle the situations that are at hand right now.
So Monday's City Council meeting, it begins at 1 p.m. You can count on us to have a crew there and, of course, bring you coverage on how the final votes turn out. Tomorrow on the KFAX 14 Morning News, you'll hear from one of the councilors who's on the fence about voting in favor and why. Plus, from the group Businesses for a Safer Las Cruces, who continue to advocate for these ordinances to get passed.